Hello, welcome to another episode of Retail Focus. I'm John Suder here once again, but not with my co-host Bart Raz. He's a bit under the weather this week, so he will not be joining us. Also, just some housekeeping. We're pressing pause for a week or so to recharge our batteries and to give the podcast a little tune-up. We've been thinking about this for a few weeks and finally decided we'd use the summer break to make it happen. We're going to focus more of our stories on technology and AI since that's what really interests us. And hopefully you as well. So we'll call this episode here the end of season 1. We'll be back with season 2 shortly. Thanks a ton for hanging out with us and supporting the show. We'll be back before you know it in the same spot on the same channels. All right, on with the show. Our first story, Apple's AI talent drain. The story in a nutshell. Apple's artificial intelligence have suffered a major setback following the departure of Ruming Pang, the leader of its foundation models team, to Meta. Pang, known for his hands-on approach and technical expertise, played a pivotal role in Apple's bid to develop its own large language models, the backbone of generative AI. His exit, along with several team members considering offers from other big players, has sent shockwaves through Apple's AI division. Pang's team drove key advancements, especially making LLMs efficient for iPhones. Internal friction arose between research-driven teams and product-focused leadership, especially over the decision to keep Apple's AI models closed source. Several key researchers are also leaving or fielding offers from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Meta. Leadership shakeup and team departures have created uncertainty about Apple's AI direction. Apple is rumored to be testing outside models, including OpenAI's and Google's, on Siri, rather than solely using its own technology. Competitors like Meta, OpenAI, and Google are actively recruiting Apple's top talent and shipping new models at a rapid pace. So the near-term implications, well, it would be a talent drain. Apple risks losing AI leadership and critical researchers, slowing down its proprietary model development. Lagging innovation, with top talent leaving and internal disagreements, Apple may fall behind rivals in advancing generative AI features for its products. Reliance on partners. Apple may need to increasingly rely on models from OpenAI or Google for Siri and other AI-powered features. The long-term implications? A strategic uncertainty. It's unclear if Apple aims to compete directly in foundation models or will focus on more targeted, device-optimized AI. And the competitive pressure. Meta, OpenAI, and Google are strengthening their positions, making it harder for Apple to catch up if the current trend continues. And of course, the brand impact. Ongoing issues could affect Apple's reputation as an innovator, particularly if it can't deliver breakthroughs in AI for its ecosystem. And of course, the competition isn't sitting on their hands. Meta, OpenAI, and Google are aggressively poaching top AI researchers from pretty much everywhere. These companies are not only advancing their own models, but are also tempting Apple's talent and other companies with high-profile projects and bigger opportunities for open-source releases. Microsoft is reportedly luring top talent from Google's DeepMind. This ongoing brain drain highlights the critical importance of skilled AI professionals in the race to develop cutting-edge technologies. The competition for expertise is a defining narrative in the current tech landscape, with significant implications for the future of innovation. Apple faces a decisive moment in its AI ambitions, grappling with internal challenges, leadership changes, and fierce external competition. Whether it can reverse the talent exodus and reestablish its innovation lead remains an open question. As a side note, in a sign of AI's growing influence beyond the purely technical realm, a notable trend this week is the increasing political sway of tech leaders at the forefront of AI revolution. This signals a shift in the power dynamics within the tech industry and its relationship with policymakers. Further underscoring the pervasive impact of AI, Amazon has implemented a new policy within its smart home division, requiring employees to demonstrate their use of AI for career advancement. This move reflects a broader trend of companies integrating AI into their core operations and expecting employees to adapt. On the international front, Amazon is reportedly shutting down its AI research lab in Shanghai, a move that points to the complex geopolitical landscape influencing global tech strategies. Well, Apple, sounds to me like you need to either pay your people some more money or figure out exactly what you want to do, because all I keep hearing is a different story every week about their AI division. So again, another story we'll have to keep an eye on. Who knows what's going to happen there. All right, next story. Amazon and Walmart's Prime Day battle. The summer sale season just witnessed a battle of the retail titans, with Amazon and Walmart going head-to-head in an unprecedented showdown. First up, Amazon didn't just have a Prime Day, it threw a record-obliterating 4-day shopping festival from July 8th to the 11th. Now, we had reported earlier that shopping was down, but when the final numbers came in, get this, it became the longest Prime Day ever, pulling a projected $21 billion in sales. That's a staggering 60% jump from last year. So when you add in the sales from rivals like Walmart and Target, the total U.S. online spending during that period hit nearly $24 billion. Amazon leveraged its entire arsenal to make it happen, rolling out new AI shopping tools, flexing its powerful logistics network, and dangling exclusive perks for its members. But here's where it gets really interesting. For the first time, Walmart didn't just sit on the sidelines. It launched its own aggressive 6-day deals event that overlapped directly with Prime Day. Walmart played to its own strengths, using its nearly 4,600 physical stores to offer in-store incentives, turning the online shopping war into a battle on all fronts. So what does the retail Royal Rumble mean for you? It means the rivalry between Amazon and Walmart is heating up like never before. They're aggressively enhancing deals and beefing up their membership programs like Walmart Plus. This intense competition is fueling better bargains and more innovation. Ultimately, the real winner of this clash of giants is the shopper. I didn't spend a lot of money on Prime Week this year, only because, just wasn't in the budget. But I did score some bargains. I got myself a fine little microphone holder here for my podcast mic, and I got some new LED lighting and a couple other things, but that was about it. I try to be a smart shopper and buy things I don't really need. All right, final story for the day. Sam Altman's AI warning. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman appeared before Congress to deliver a candid warning. Artificial intelligence could usher in a fraud crisis as it becomes easier for bad actors to convincingly impersonate people using AI-generated voices and images. He urged lawmakers to address the urgent risks, modernize security standards, and prepare for significant shifts in the job market. Altman highlighted how AI can now defeat voice authentication, warning that financial institutions and others still relying on voice prints are at high risk. He said only passwords remain reliably secure, signaling an urgent need to rethink identity verification. Echoing past statements, Altman stressed AI's potential is at least as significant as the internet, perhaps even more so, with the promise to transform the economy, reshape jobs, and change societal structures. Altman acknowledged major disruption is coming for workers. He is optimistic about the creation of new kinds of jobs, but admitted that big changes and potential dislocations must be anticipated and managed. The hearing took place against concerns about global AI competition, particularly with China and the EU. Altman and other executives called for investments in AI infrastructure, simpler rules for innovation, and policies to keep the U.S. at the technology frontier. The White House is preparing an AI action plan focused on regulating AI, and OpenAI is expanding its D.C. presence to influence policy design more closely. So this could be related to the White House's falling out with Elon Musk and Sam Altman seeing a little opening and shimmying his way in. So we can expect a rise in AI-driven fraud and identity theft until institutions improve authentication measures. Both job losses and new roles are on the horizon. Workers and companies need to adapt quickly. More U.S. and global regulations on AI tools and applications appear imminent. The U.S. is determined not to lose technological leadership to China or other international rivals, such as Saudi Arabia. Other tech giants like Microsoft, AMD, and CoreWeave joined Altman, urging Congress to streamline AI policy and innovation funding, showing a rare moment of agreement among rivals on infrastructure needs and security risks. Meta and Google continue to accelerate their AI efforts, contributing to the race Altman described. Sam Altman's testimony marks a turning point in AI oversight. Both the promise and dangers of technology are now front and center in Washington. Major changes to how we work, bank, and govern are coming. And for listeners, it's a reminder to stay vigilant about both the risks and opportunities of accelerating AI advances. That is both sobering, but also very realistic. It's not anything we really haven't heard before. But as I said, it looks like an opportunity for Sam Altman to kind of wedge his foot in the door where Elon Musk got his foot squashed. There's also some talk about, now they're going to use Grok at the U.S. government, which I thought was bonkers, but there's also talk of how dependent SpaceX and Starlink, the government are dependent on them. And that could pose a huge security risk because, say we're in battle somewhere and Elmo is in a bad mood and is having a fight with the White House again and says, you know what, I'm going to shut down Starlink, and our troops are left vulnerable, and then here come the drones. It's not good. So we're going to have to really, I really don't like overregulation, but I really think that this is something that we really need to address now as opposed to later, before it's too late. Wow, that was depressing. Okay, another quick story. AI capabilities are doubling every 7 months. AI agents are getting better at completing longer and more complex tasks and doing them faster. A new study shows the length of tasks AI can handle, measured by how long they take humans, has doubled every 7 months for 6 years. Right now, top models like Claude 3.7 can reliably finish tasks that takes humans a few minutes, but not multi-day projects. If this trend continues, AI agents could independently tackle week-long or even months-long tasks within a few years. Researchers say this shift could transform how AI impacts real-world work and raises both opportunities and risks. See above article. That's it for this week. We hope you learned something, but if not, you wasted some time. We'll be back soon with more questionable advice and unsolicited opinions. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate, review, and subscribe. If you prefer the video experience, you can check out our YouTube channel. The podcast will not be moving from that channel. It'll just be marked as a new season, so fear not if you're into the video experience. And lastly, check out our socials. We're on Bluesky, Twitter, and Facebook, although we may have to change the handles, so we will put that in our newsletter and in our show notes, so stand by for that. Until next time, may your internet be fast, your video calls be clear, and your mute button always work when you need it most. Peace.
What do you do now?